Hello everyone and welcome to, you read the title of the video, you know that I'm reading comments. Now I'm doing this because I have some things coming up, so the next couple videos are going to be a little bit little lower effort than normal. So what better thing to do than to read comments? Now I don't really like this shot because you get to see all the junk over there, that oscillating fan, and the CRT. Everyone, oh, is that a CRT? I get that every time. It's the only way to play Duck Hunt. But let's dive into it. By the way, sorry for all you guys who are held for review or likely spam. I've lost all the time I had to check those, so my bad. Now, usually, okay, so here's the thing. I can check the comments on my phone, right? And when I check the comments on my phone, I see all these sorts of just weird, negative comments. And quite frankly, I find them amusing. But like when I go to make a comments video, I'm like, oh, this one's actually nice. Oh, this one's actually nice. So let's just try and find all of the bad ones, all of the trolly ones, all of the butthurt ones. I want to see the bad side of my comments. Okay, here's a good one. Right here. Definitely not worth subscribing. You're such a hater. Ain't no Arctic nor Antarctic, because if there is, it'll be warming slowly, and there ain't no global warming, because Earth ain't not global, because globes ain't not to be seen. Your government just wants to scare you, make you submissive, fluoride in your tap water, and vaccinate your kids to give them autism, because that's what makes the world go round, and not these earthquake things and fake pseudoscientific gravity. If you weren't already convinced that this guy was a troll, he adds a postscript. I'm autistic, don't judge me. I don't know there's much to say about this one, but this one, I like, this one amused me. I thought this one was funny. Here's another one. This is an interesting one. This guy generally likes videos from me, but apparently I'm referencing so many concepts and discussions from people who predominantly trade in bad faith arguments. Almost everything Shapiro and Peterson said were bad faith arguments and other logical fallacies. It's a complete waste of time to argue with their ideas. They don't respect fact and evidence, and instead trade in large words and vacuous nothing speak. They talk to hear themselves talk. Having followers and those that like what you have to say does not validate your words. And that's kind of why I made the video, though, because these are things that it's not just Ben and Peterson, or should I say Shapiro and Peterson. It's not just them that believe what they're saying. Their audience is in on it too. They're eating this stuff up. I mean, yeah, bad faith arguments, sure. Yeah, I get that. What's so wrong with me explaining why I disagree with them? Sure, maybe it's easy. Maybe I'm arguing against the worst arguments out there, but these are common. These are things that a lot of people really resonate with for bad reason. I'm bad at explaining myself. Let's move on. Alright, here's one. Wow, what are you doing with this video? All I'm gonna say is Jeranism doesn't even have to respond to this. I could only watch 4 minutes of it. You really ought to keep Jeranism name out of your mouth. Do a video on the curvature of Earth. It's immeasurable. I mean, it can't be that big, can it? People have claimed to fly around it, or in a boat, right? Focus on that before you get put in your place by Jeranism. Oh, the big bad Jeranism's coming to get me, I suppose, according to this guy. Oh boy. I have made a couple videos about the curvature of the Earth, especially, I made a couple videos about Soundly's images. I've constantly brought up that, the couple of images of ships genuinely, actually, truly, really, honestly going beyond the horizon. From CivilWarTalk.com, one guy talking about, oh, this is something that they used in the Navy. if I understand it. It's been a while since I read the post. But no, by all means, don't let Jeranism get to me. That's the last thing I want. Last thing I want is Jeranism on my case. I guess I'm way out of my league here. It is amazing how so many people can deny science that was well proven over 2,500 years ago and is constantly being proven. I don't know, man. I think I'm about to be put in my place by Jeranism with a Z. If you still believe, and it is a belief, that we went to the moon with all and exposed fakery, you are still asleep and there's nothing anybody can do for you. Wake up, dude. It's always this concept of waking up, open your eyes, take a look at the obvious. It looks flat, don't it? The Earth don't look like a sphere. We've only seen one side of it. It's like, this may or may not be a troll. It's really hard to tell sometimes, Poe's law. But it's kind of crazy how some people might think that believing in normal things is being asleep, and there's nothing that can wake me up. All right, sure. I tell you what, once you give me a working flat Earth map, then we'll talk. All right. Show me how everyone in the southern hemisphere sees the same stars and the same southern celestial pole, and then we'll talk. How about that? Aha. Okay, here's a good one. The problem with atheists, that's me, they don't read and relate things as a whole and take what is read literary. Like the word slave has different representation that should not be compared to what concept of a slave is defined in today's society. Where does it say that a single word will maintain the same definition throughout history, and that is why atheists don't understand? Did you hear the part of the video where I said that the Bible said that you could beat your slave as much as you want, as long as you didn't die from it? Did you hear that? Did you see the little annotation in the corner of the screen where it shows you exactly what Bible verse I got that from? It's funny. This is exactly what I was talking about in the video. Like I even said, like, no apologist is going to say that there is slavery in the Bible, that it is genuine slavery, that it is bad, and that we have moved on. Something along those lines. I said it more eloquently before because I had a script. This is exactly what I was talking about. Yes, some servants were to be treated well, to be treated fairly in the Old Testament. These were Hebrew servants and not even slaves. I mentioned this in the video. Here's the thing. I said things about slavery in the Bible before, but didn't go on to explain where in the Bible it justifies treating them badly and all this and that. And then guys say stuff like this, and that's why I tried to cover all of my tracks in the video, and guys still don't get it. Yeah, see this guy actually watched the video. Or maybe he already knew this. These are things that atheists say. But if you'd watch the video, you'd kids spewing Google factoids with all the class, style, and grace of a kid spewing Google factoids. Now, this video in particular didn't go very in-depth, if it went in-depth at all. But I mean, Google factoids is a lot better than the ramblings of a conspiracy theorist. I'll tell you that much. I will gladly watch a video of a whole bunch of Google factoids. Watching a 2-hour live stream of conspiracy theorists being conspiracy theorists, that's a lot harder to sit through. Okay, here, I am out of my league, according to Rodrigo IQ. You know what? You're right. You're right, absolutely right. I'm out of my league. But I'm still getting that YouTube money from it, so who cares? Thank you. Thank you, Rodrigo IQ, for keeping me in check. See, here's a nice one, as from what I can see. I want to say how much I admire you for talking about flat earthers. Is that admirable? I never thought of it as admirable, but thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you admire me. Thank you. To those of us who prize rational thought and the sciences to deal with those who choose to be willfully ignorant, seems to be a noble course of action. It is. See, thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad there are people out there who enjoy these sorts of videos, but I need to remind you, Jeranism is going to put me in my place. So this is only going to last for so long. Okay, this is what made me want to make these sorts of videos. Comments like these. What is your deal? Are you playing a prank on us? Every video lately, the amount of metal hanging off your face increases. And hey, that's fine. If you want to have a ton of piercings, that's fine with me. I'm not uptight about such things, but seriously, is this like some kind of joke you're playing? Last week's video, you had 1 lip ring. Now it's 2. Will there be 3 next week? You know, for somebody who puts a video out every week, spends a whole lot of time talking on the internet, I'm not actually that good at speaking, believe it or not. But no, these are all the facial piercings that I want. But, okay, last video, I had 2 lip rings. The video before that, I had a lip ring and a librette. The video before that, I had 2 librettes. I actually have one right here. Oh, excuse me. Oh, God. It just rolled away from me. Alright, that was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. This is a librette. It's just a bar with like end caps on it. Now both of these ends look the same because that's kind of the style I wanted, but like I could have like a gem on the outside if I wanted to. I didn't. I had to get pierced with those, so I had to have those in for a while, especially to deal with the swelling, because these are really, really long, and that's to accommodate all the swelling that'll go on in the lip. And believe me, it was definitely swollen. It was a pain, but suffice it to say, this one was easy to put in, this one was not. And ever since you first saw me with the 2 librettes, they've been 2 lip piercings. And I don't really get what this guy is saying. It's like, he's trying to be all like, oh, it's fine with me, I'm not uptight about it. But like, really? Are you gonna have more? Pick a side, dude. You gotta eat something, you look anorexic. I eat all the time, and it's really hard for me to gain any weight. I mean, I don't eat like tons of calories, although sometimes I will. But believe it or not, people can genetically be really skinny. My mom's dad is really, really skinny, and so am I. In fact, we have the same health problems associated with it, including the spontaneous pneumothorax. That was fun. I actually have staples in my lungs. I'm sorry to say, but no matter how many burgers I eat, I'm not getting much bigger. If you don't want to look at me, you don't have to. Okay, this one's good. Let's look at this one. You are ignorant to basic laws. Gravity bends light. Plus you have atmosphere interference and the vanishing point. I love the vanishing point. Earth looks, however, but remember, looks are deceiving. God moved over the face of the water. God called earth land to come out of the water. God made firmament to separate waters from water above and below. Bible is clear that earth is a flat plane that is unmovable. Yeah, and the Bible is also clear that the census of Quirinius happened within the reign of Herod, when it really happened 10 years after Herod died. So maybe the Bible could get things wrong. You know, maybe the ancient Hebrews weren't the most scientifically advanced. Jesus will put spirit of confusion on those who don't seek the truth. You seem to be the one confused about how gravity works. I mean, I'm not going to the Vedas to understand the origin and shape of the universe, nor am I going to the Book of Dianetics to understand psychology or psychiatry. I'm sorry, but your appeal to authority doesn't work on me. I'm sure this guy's got it covered. I like it. He's talking pure donkey twaddle. I'm gonna leave this to him. Okay, here's another one. I am only stating my opinion. I thought you lip dots were cool, but the rings are kind of distracting, bro. Love your work though. The whole, yeah. I really don't get it. This reminds me of like school, where I went to school. You aren't allowed to have piercings. You aren't allowed to have any haircut that's out of the ordinary, you know? You weren't even allowed to choose what clothes you wore. You had to wear like a polo style shirt of one of a couple different colors. Then you needed khaki pants or khaki shorts or khaki skirts if you're a girl. And that's it. That's what you looked like. Because anything other than that would distract you. You wouldn't be able to focus if the guy next to you was wearing like a band t-shirt. Is it really that hard to listen to somebody and comprehend what they're saying when something about their face is slightly different than normal? And I mean, what's the difference between the dots? They're called librettes, get educated. But what's the difference between those and rings? They're the same color. I mean, these are a bit darker, but like what's the difference? This guy doesn't seem so uptight about it though. There were more uptight guys. Oh, here he is right now. This one's got to be my favorite. I can't watch you anymore with those big with the big distraction noodle on your lip. See ya. They are 2 distraction rings. Thank you very much. Like, do you eat your SpaghettiOs saying, ooh, I like these spaghetti noodles? No, they're spaghetti rings. You know why? Because they're rings. I mean, I don't understand it. Like, they're distracting? Can't you just listen to me talk? You know? I'm sorry, I'm getting really defensive over this for like no good reason. But I don't get it. I'll tell you what, I'll wear one of those surgical masks. Like in Japan, you'll see people like wearing these like little, surgical masks to keep other people, when they're sick, to keep other people from getting sick. I'll just wear that so that you don't have to look at my face. Maybe I should have done that for my whole career. I don't know. This guy, this isn't the only sort of comment he's posted, but no, atheists will just burn. End of story. Gotcha, dude. He's so upfront and aggressive, but I can't bring myself to ban him. Scientism is propaganda masquerading as science, and is usually most effectively applied to the larger group of folks that are comfortable in large groups that can bolster the scientism rhetoric and make the larger group feel special, like special education. Listen, repeat, and listen, repeat, but no critical thinking allowed. You say no critical thinking allowed, but in these videos, I am directly responding to other people's arguments. These aren't always things that I've learned in school. Some of these things I had to research and think critically about. You haven't responded to anything I said. You haven't shown me to be wrong. Your argument is science bad, or scientism. Okay, so people who believe in science are bad. I also feel like you don't understand the concept and process of special education. So I'm just gonna leave Harry Nuts by himself. It's hard to say whether or not he's a troll. You are out of your depth. Clearly no idea what you're talking about. Where's this politically biased hiith coming from? Not the scientific mind I thought you were. How is this politically biased? I get it. Yeah, Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro, they're conservative and they talk about conservative things. That's not what the video was about, though. In the video, they were talking about morality, and I was responding to them on the topic of morality. It had nothing to do with politics. I mean, yeah, it's Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson. That just means that I get to talk about the same thing that I've talked about, a couple of years ago, but I get to put Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson in the thumbnail. This one wasn't about politics. And I have made videos about politics before. I mean, you can't expect a guy like me to not have a political opinion, right? But regardless, it wasn't in that video. How come you can see objects in distance that you are not supposed to see due to the curvature of the Earth? And don't give me mirage BS. Okay, I'm a level with you. It's not a mirage, it's called looming. Look it up. But even then, like, most of the problem comes from, well, I mean, not only the fact that flat earthers don't understand atmospheric refraction, nor account for it, like, at all. None of their observations or experiments have a control, it seems. But most of the time, flat earth calculations are wrong. Well, I mean, they've actually gotten better ever since that online Earth curve calculator showed up. But especially before then, their calculations were way off because they, well, I mean, quite frankly, they don't know math and how these things work. But yeah. All right, so that was fun. Let's see if we can refresh the page. Go to the held for review section. The likely spam it's much worse than the held for review. Ah, yes. Dude, you're a very smart guy. No need to mess up your entire face with that stuff. Forgive me, I need the ad revenue. If you don't like looking at me, you don't have to. If you think this is a mistake and you can't watch my videos because I have lip rings and you just can't handle looking at people whose faces are different, then show me by not watching. There you go. Ah, yes. I am an idiot. Sure thing. And we get stuff like this. Such a condescending sounding cigarette, we'll say. LOL, you sound like you came out of a, you get the point. I get comments like this all the time, and quite frankly, it's amusing. But let's delete that. Veganism is self-destruction. I'll have to check that out. Oh my god. Okay, how about you properly plan your children's diets? How about that? Thank you. Thank you. But that's gonna have to do it for this video. Not gonna lie, I thought this video was gonna be a little bit more interesting, but I hope I entertained you in some way. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you stay subscribed, even though I have big distraction noodles in my face. That's the kind of stuff I have to deal with. Most of the comments were actually fine. It's for some reason it's hard to find the good ones whenever I go to make these videos. But hope you enjoyed. Hope you comment so that I can make more videos like this. I don't know. Goodbye.